On the 15th of December 2025, hybrid creator Alice Dreadmore issued a challenge to hybrid creators worldwide. Create a beast of the Cenozoic to not only reign dominant over all other hybrids, but also to entertain the masses. Cenozoic Genetics has answered this call with a beast built not to dominate one specific niche, but to be hyper-adaptable to a wide variety of terrains and opponents while still delivering a gory spectacle to the crowd. It is with great pleasure that we present to this hybrid war an ox-horns titan. Below is a quick summary of this hybrid's genome, consisting of Mixotoxodon, pygmy hippopotamus, Indian rhinoceros, wild boar, North American porcupine, striped polecat, helmeted muskox, bighorn sheep, Bactrian camel, white rhinoceros, blue wildebeest, Arabian thoroughbred horse, Virginia opossum, howler monkey, and African wild dog. This genome is highly congruent due to being mostly herbivores and omnivores, having a majority of contributors that use their head for combat, all contributors being quadrupedal, all being mammals, and so on. The base species for this hybrid is the extinct Mixotoxodon. As the largest toxodontid, this contributor gives the hybrid a weight of around 4 tons, giving the hybrid the perfect weight to be fast, strong, agile, and durable all at once. The barrel-shaped body of this animal will make it exceedingly hard for smaller animals to get the proper grip for a bite. This build is also a blank canvas of sorts, providing very little specialized anatomy and allowing other contributors to impose their own traits upon the hybrid to create a far stronger combatant. The next contributor is the pygmy hippopotamus. This provides the base skull structure for the hybrid, giving it a wide gape, large ivory tusks, and a strong bite force when scaled up. While this bite may not be the strongest in terms of raw newtons, the fact that all of the force is concentrated on 2 lower tusks allows this bite to inflict devastating piercing damage. The pygmy hippo can also seal its nose and ears when submerged in water. This trait will be repurposed to allow the hybrid to block out loud sounds and bad smells. The pygmy hippo also provided nictitating membranes on the eyes for better underwater vision as well as a slight increase in bone and muscle density for a strength and durability increase but not so dense as to compromise speed or agility. Up next is the Indian rhinoceros, which provides armor-like skin up to 2 inches thick for defense. The Indian rhino also has another 2 inches of subcutaneous fat underneath its skin, allowing for even more defense as well as making the hybrid more buoyant in water. The folds in the skin of the Indian rhino allow the hybrid to remain flexible despite the thick armor. The Indian rhinoceros also provides a strong and sturdy neck that also retains a decent amount of flexibility. This rhinoceros also provides another benefit. Rhinos are surprisingly agile and maneuverable, capable of making tight turns and navigating forests and steep terrain with their powerful legs and wide foot pads giving them traction. This allows them to charge through dense vegetation and muddy terrain. Rhinos are also surprisingly speedy, with the Indian rhino reaching speeds close to 35 miles per hour. However, they are capable of moving faster in short bursts, with the larger white rhino capable of bursting to 14 miles per hour during a sprint while having specimens of similar size to the hybrid. The Indian rhinoceros is also an excellent swimmer. Therefore, rhinoceros leg structure will allow this hybrid to become fast, agile, and able to traverse almost all terrains. Next is the wild boar. This animal provides heightened senses of smell and intelligence to allow the hybrid to sense threats from farther as well as improve battle intelligence. Boar also have neurotoxin resistance due to mutated nerve receptors. In addition to this, they have large livers for general toxin filtration. These traits will be added to the hybrid to make it highly resistant to a wide variety of venoms and poisons. Boar also have rapidly clotting blood, helping mitigate blood loss if there are any injuries. Wild boar also have a cartilage shield on their flanks which provides another layer of armor, making the hybrid even harder to injure. The wild boar also heightens the ferociousness of this hybrid, able to fight through pain simply to kill its opponent, both making the hybrid a harder foe to bring down in combat and also making for a true spectacle to watch in battle. The North American porcupine provides quills all over the body of the hybrid, making attacking the hybrid with a bite or paw swipe an incredibly painful affair. Porcupines also have iron-enriched teeth similar to beavers and shrews. This iron enamel will couple with the already durable ivory of the hippo tusks to make them nearly indestructible. The porcupine also provides a quill-covered tail that the hybrid will use to lash against any opponent that manages to outflank it. Next is the striped polecat, which provides a slight increase in tail length to make lashes from the porcupine quills even more devastating. It also provides pungent scent glands that are described as being comparable to skunks. This spray also can blind any enemies that get the spray on their face. This can disorient and disable enemies, allowing the hybrid to get an easy win. Next is the helmeted muskox. This extinct bovine had a completely fused bony boss on its head similar to extant muskoxen. However, it also has much longer horns reminiscent of the Cape buffalo. These horns discourage flanking, as any hybrid that attempts to will get gored on the horns. However, the real damage dealer is the bony boss. This solid plate of bone over the skull will cause catastrophic blunt force damage when backed by the full force of this hybrid's ram. This force has been calculated to up to 170,000 newtons under ideal conditions, allowing the hybrid to snap rhino horns, crush carnivore skulls, and crack through even the armor of glyptodons. The lack of raised eyes on the pygmy hippopotamus skull, unlike the common hippo, allows these horns to be placed on the skull with minimal complications. To allow the hybrid to withstand these incredible ram forces, the next contributor is the bighorn sheep. Bighorns have thick skulls with a spongy layer of bone within it, allowing for shock absorption. Bighorn sheep also have brains that fit snugly within their skull, minimizing risk of concussion as well as having the ability to rush blood to the head for further cushioning. This, combined with the powerful and sturdy neck of the Indian rhino, allows the hybrid to withstand the force of its own devastating rams and be able to win head-on wars of attrition with other ramming hybrids. The next contributor is the Bactrian camel. This contributor gives thick lips and keratinized papillae to be able to bite into spiny hybrids with little difficulty. This contributor also provides dehydration tolerance and additional water storage in blood vessels. Bactrian camels can also tolerate both extreme heat and extreme cold with specialized summer and winter coats, allowing the hybrid to be able to operate in any climate. The camel can also tolerate a high internal body temperature, helping combat overheating in prolonged combat. The next contributor is the white rhinoceros, which provides a heightened sense of hearing and independently swiveling ears for better sound detection. The white rhino also provides a strong nuchal hump near its shoulders for a more powerful neck. It also provides a nasal horn that can be used for gouging the legs of larger hybrids or the throats of smaller ones. The size of the nasal horn will be kept in check by previous Indian rhino DNA to keep it from interfering with the muskox horns during rams. The next contributor is the blue wildebeest, which provides more efficient muscle fibers. This causes the muscles to generate less heat during movement, allowing the hybrid to be incredibly active for long periods of time without overheating. The wildebeest also provides a carotid rete that cools blood heading to the brain, further mitigating the risk of overheating. The next contributor is the Arabian thoroughbred horse. This racing horse increases the size of the heart and lungs, allowing for better oxygenation of the muscles. This will allow the hybrid to perform close to peak performance for the entire hour of combat. The horse also provides a large amount of sweat glands, which will synergize with the camel and wildebeest additions to prevent the hybrid from ever overheating, in spite of the heavy armor. The next contributor is the Virginia opossum, which provides a boost to the immune system. Opossums have special blood proteins that can resist the venoms of many different pit vipers and even some scorpions. The resistance to the hemotoxic and cytotoxic components in these venoms couple with the neurotoxin resistance and large liver of the wild boar to allow the hybrid to become nigh immune to all forms of poison and venom. The penultimate contributor is the howler monkey. This gives the hybrid an enlarged hyoid bone and stronger vocal cords to allow the hybrid to produce deafening bellows that can stun and disorient other hybrids. The ear sealing from the pygmy hippopotamus helps prevent any significant hearing damage from these bellows. The howler monkey also gives the hybrid trichromatic vision and just a general increase in visual acuity, allowing the hybrid to have all of its senses well above average. The final contributor is the African wild dog. The sole carnivore in the genome contributes its impeccable pack hunting skills. Packs in the wild have around an 80% success rate, bringing down prey much larger than themselves. These canines are able to coordinate complex maneuvers such as flanks. This will allow the hybrid to be able to coordinate group attack strategies against larger foes in order to bring them down efficiently, compensating for its small size for a herbivore. These contributors are blended together to create a hyper-adaptable beast, capable of navigating all terrains, fighting all kinds of hybrids, and utilizing a wide variety of weaponry. Cenozoic Genetics is proud to present Buceriatitan crudelior, the savage ox-horned titan. Codename, Bertrand. This hybrid weighs 4.2 tons, stands at 6.5 feet tall at the hump, is 16.4 feet long from tip to tail, runs at 35 to 40 miles per hour, has a bite force of 9,200 newtons, and rams anywhere from 80,000 to 170,000 newtons. While this hybrid may not be the largest, Bertrand is still large enough to overpower entire packs of smaller hybrids, and against larger hybrids, he more than makes up in speed and agility. Bertrand makes full use of this adaptability with his preferred habitat. This hybrid resides in tropical grasslands with sparse vegetation and rolling hills. This allows Bertrand to detect threats from extremely far away, and the rolling hills gives him an advantage against overly large or armored hybrids. Bertrand's own rhino-leg structure allows him to navigate these hills with ease, allowing him to outmaneuver other hybrids effectively and amass even more force behind his rams by charging downhill. Bertrand opens a fight with his strongest weaponry, aiming to end a fight quickly with a ram or bite. If these attacks connect successfully, any opposing hybrid will quickly be pulverized and ripped apart in a gory, crowd-pleasing spectacle. If he is in a stalemate with his opponent, he will bring out many of his other weaponry. Bertrand will start bellowing at maximum volume while butted up against his opponent for maximum hearing damage. He will start releasing putrid odors. He will feign retreat just to reposition and charge again. If Bertrand is still at an impasse, he will simply keep attacking relentlessly in a brutal but mesmerizing sight, waiting for his opponent to tire before seizing the advantage and ending the fight. Against packs of smaller opponents, Bertrand will not yield. His extremely thick multi-layered armor that is well over 4 inches thick keeps him safe from the attacks of smaller hybrids, and his weapons are capable of disabling each individual pack member with one clean hit. Against much larger hybrids, Bertrand can formulate complex pack strategies with his herd members to be able to repeatedly flank or focus weak points with overwhelming force to bring down these giant threats. Bertrand is currently being transported to Valus Dredmer's facility via armored convoy. Alongside him are 4 other Buceriatitan specimens for pack combat. We here at Cenozoic Genetics hope Dredmer and his audience find these horned titans up to standard. We look forward to seeing our beasts in the arena.